Erev Tov, excuse me, I can't even hardly speak right now. Anyway, Erev Tov Chavrim, I'm Stephen Benin, you're watching Israeli News Live, and I'm in an awkward position right now, and of course I guess you guys can see that automatically just by the setup here in my office here. I actually had to flip this around so you could see the screen. Everything's in chaos right now here. Not just to mention in the Middle East what's going on, which let me cover that first, and then I'll talk about the chaos in my office right now, what's going on here at the office as well. In fact, my computer is sitting at an angle here, piled up like a huge mess. But at any rate, listen, we're trying to get back rolling on our news broadcast, but it's been really difficult because of the way we have to air our broadcasts. We actually are pre-recording everything. We still have not fixed our system here to where we can go live properly. Plus, because we changed everything. In fact, I'm still bringing up books here to the bookshelf here. I've just brought the entire Zohar set up. I've still got the Tanya set to bring up in here as well. And doing a lot of research on the Dead Sea Scrolls. But we need to get back into dealing with news. But I want to be able to do it to where you guys can see live, you can see the computer screen at the same time, so we don't have to have the television monitor in there with us, because my office is very small. I'm only, I don't know, about 9 foot by 10 foot, something like that. Very, very small with all the things we have going on in here. Anyway, though, very serious what's going on. You're looking on your screen right here. This is a drone attack on an oil refinery in Homs, Syria. And according to the Syrian government, which is being put out by Amman News, they're accusing the U.S. and also Israel of bombing the oil facilities in Homs. And like I said, but that's a picture of one of those right there that is literally burning there. And a lot of strange things are going on in Syria. That's one reason why we got to get back in the news business here with you guys, so we can keep you up to date of what's happening over there in the Middle East. Because we know Russia is building the pipeline through. They're not going to stop. Some people are thinking, well, this is just something that's going to create more unrest. But I have a feeling that it's all playing in part of this new world order that's going to be set up here in the not so distant future. And of course, they've got to make it look like Russia's the bad guy, because after all, they want their Gog and Magog war. That's something I'm going to blow the their little stilts out from underneath them when it comes to blaming Russia to be Gog and this alleged war that's coming, Gog of Magog, because the Dead Sea Scrolls identifies where Gog is at. It has nothing to do with Russia. Completely nothing to do with Russia. The Dead Sea Scrolls clearly identify, we're talking about biblical scroll, not just the opinion of the Qumranite community, but the biblical scroll puts Gog in Turkey, not in Russia. So there goes all those ideas of people thinking that Gog is Russia. And I want you to be able to see that. I'm also working on a very in-depth message. I'm hoping to be able to deliver this by Christmas Day. I'll be working all day tomorrow on this as well. I have been working on this actually for weeks and weeks, gathering the information to share with you about the feast and how those feasts are already fulfilled. And I think it's really going to blow a lot of people away when you really begin to see this, because I'll be using also well, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet. Anyway, let's get back to what's going on here in the news here. So Syria's government is saying, and this is on Amman News here, this just came out just moments ago too, by the way, guys. The Syrian Foreign Minister Walid al-Mahalim accused Israel, the United States, and Turkey of working to help terrorists inside of Syria. Mualim said during his meeting with the Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov that the Israeli enemy launched a missile attack yesterday targeting Damascus and its surroundings. The Syrian Foreign Ministry heavily criticized the attack, saying that Israel was seeking to help terrorist organizations regroup inside of Syria. Mualim would then turn his attention to the United States as he accused them of bombing the 3 oil and gas facilities in eastern the countryside of Homs Governorate last week. The United States has sent drones to bomb oil installations in Homs, and in the winter we need oil, Mualim said. Well, Listen, I love the Syrian people. This is the homeland of the matriarchs of Israel. It is where all the mothers of Israel came from. And to see that we would allow such evil to happen by whether it be the United States government, the Israeli government, against the Syrian people, and not to mention the thousands and tens of thousands of Christians that have been put to death there. Damascus was one of the biggest churches in the days of the apostles. In fact, Paul was going there to lay waste to the Damascus believers. But God got a hold of Paul's life and turned him completely around, changed all that was going to happen there. So, you know, a lot of bad things happening. Now, by the way, too, in Idlib, this just came out a little bit ago there. This is the Syrian military going to liberate Idlib. And, of course, Al Jazeera is already accusing the Syrian military of war crimes because they're trying to retake their country once again. So, you know, war is just not pretty. We know that. It's very sad, very serious, very difficult situation that happens there. In the first place there. Also, the Indian Army shows off brand new surface-to-air missile during a test launch video. This came out about 10 hours ago as they show off a little bit of their own stuff that they're developing. You know, it's just bad. You know, everywhere you go in the world, everybody is making their billions and billions off of making war and killing people, you know. If they would spend the money instead on reconciliation and kindness and love in this world, it might be a better world, wouldn't it? But you know, what can we expect? This is Satan's kingdom. This is his world. You know, when Jesus comes, he's coming to get his own and take his own. What did he say to it? What did he say to apostles? He said, I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you may be also. I don't care to be here. All right? In fact, when Satan takes him up and shows him all the kingdoms of the world, and he says, I'll give these to you if you bow down and worship me. See, Jesus wouldn't do it. He refused to do that. He was here for one mission, and that was to redeem his own. But you know, it's kind of interesting, though, because there were some other group, though, that accepted Satan's offer, and they do bow down and worship the devil. And now they're going to rule the world. And by the way, Satan didn't say to Jesus, I'll make you king of all these nations. He said, I'll give these nations to you if you bow down and worship me. So, you know, if that group that was willing to worship him don't have to be presidents, kings, and potentates, or whatever it is around the world. All they got to do is worship the devil. He gives them that authority and great power, as the book of Revelation says. Maybe that was a confusing message I did the other day, but anyway, just as a reminder, just wanted to share that with you. Also, forest fires raging there over in Australia. Wow, it is a major fires that are raging going on there. Actually, I picked this up because of the young lady Greta. Sounds like I've got two different videos going off in the background there. I apologize for that. But anyway, yep, I think I got rid of it. Did I? Did it not? I didn't. Anyway. Just is something that she was doing. You know, she does all these little activism things about the what's going on. Some inside stuff there, no doubt about that as well. Anyway, listen, I've got to kind of shut these down. We're going to stop this video here in just a second. We wanted to just kind of update you guys what's going on. Also, by the way, and I haven't had a chance to get this edited yet as well. I'm actually trying to fake that I feel good right now. I wasn't feeling too well today. But we had Daniel Keith Austin on with us. Those of you that remember, Daniel was with me not too long ago about his book that he was writing. And Daniel, he's Laurel Austin's son. Laurel's been on with us many times before, speaking about the damage that vaccines do. She has 3 adult children that went through those things. And Daniel, to me, has just done a remarkable thing in this book that he wrote there. It's a children's book. This is a hard copy of it that I got. It's doing a whole series on it. And I did an interview with him, but we had a lot of little issues there in doing it, so it's going to take quite a bit of editing for me to get that all put together. So hopefully I'll either work on that tonight or tomorrow I'll get that up. First place I'm going to air the interview is over on Danoon Institute. But I know some people had expressed interest that they wanted to order this book. It's called Chelsea's New Beginning by Daniel Keith Austin. If you want to order it, for some friends, children that you have, or something like that, you can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Lulu Books. He's also got his Facebook page as well. A lot of different places that you can order the book there, and it's really well written. I like the book myself, and I think the age group, just so you kind of get an idea here, it's got quite a bit of content in the book. So it's not like a kindergartner. It's more like probably what, second grade, I'd guess. That'd be my guess anyway. But anyway, his book is available, just for those of you that had asked me about that, when it was going to come out. It's out there, and I'll get that up. Eventually I will air it over here on Israeli News Live too, just for those that are watching. And I did this interview because one of the major things for me is Daniel suffers from Asperger's. I think that's how you say that. It's a form of autism, and I just thought it was a remarkable feat. And I would have never said that either, but Daniel was willing to talk about that in our first interview. So it just goes to show, when you set your heart and mind at doing something, you can do it. There's just no limit. And so he's really, what he did was a major inspiration to me. I say that from my heart. It was really an inspiration. So God bless him. God bless Sister L'Oreal and her family, all of her children, and oh my gosh, the amazing stories that I continue to get from L'Oreal, from this, her doing this protocol. Now, from what I understand, she wasn't doing the protocol any longer because of legal issues, fighting with her ex. But still, I'm getting amazing testimonies from her. How her oldest son, that not the I don't guess he's the oldest, but anyway, the most severest case is steadily making great strides. And L'Oreal, if you happen to catch this broadcast yourself, I got a card in from our sister in Canada, and that's got, and I can't call names or anything there, but she's got a grandson that also, much like your son, not that severe. He's very young still, but it looks like they're going to start this as well. And so I am so excited to hear that. I'm just waiting for beautiful testimonies. Anyway, God bless you. Sorry to yap my Jap so much here. Oh, by the way, yes, I was going to tell you why everything's a wreck in here. It's because I'm studying, guys. I'm studying. I've got Hebrew fragments laying all over the place, not originals, but the work that I'm studying with. Like I said, I moved my Zohar library up here. That's 22 books. Like I said, Encyclopedia Britannica, right? And we're going to get Deanne Loper on before too long. Hope Deanne's willing to come on with us. Deanne, it's going to be a bombshell for you guys, right? Deanne picked up on Jonathan Cahn and some of his what is called amazing discoveries and revelations that he has. Actually verbatim come from Zohar. That's one reason why I moved the Zohar library up here to the office here, because we're going to share it with you. And by the way, my Zohar is Hebrew English. That's why I got some. That's why it's a 22 volume set. It's Hebrew and in English, and I think I'm missing one or two of my books there. But anyway, I got to find those. That's going to blow you guys away. It's going to blow you guys away. Anyway, pray for Ayana too. She has really not been feeling too good here lately. So please keep my wife in prayer. I really appreciate that. And there was somebody else. Oh yeah, Brother Paul Begley. Please keep him in prayer. I know that Heidi has kind of let everybody know what's going on. I don't feel at liberty to say anything because I think Heidi's pretty much told you everything anyway, but just do pray for him. I love Brother Paul and Sister Heidi very much, and you know, I want to see him recover. I really, really do. And I appreciate the nice comments you guys had to say when we asked you about it originally. And he certainly does really sincerely, I say it from my depth of my heart, he needs a touch from the Lord. He really does. So keep him in prayer. All right. God bless you and thank you for watching. And Erev Tov.